Welcome back to Elevation Perspective. My name is Mark, and today we are ranking the top 10 outfielders in Major League Baseball heading into 2025. Getting our list kicked off here at number 10, I'm going to go with Ronald Acuna Jr. of the Atlanta Braves. At the time of this recording on February 9th, Acuna is a very difficult player to rank. He, of course, only played in 49 games in 2024 because he tore his ACL in May. There definitely is long-term concern, maybe even short-term concern with Ronald Acuna Jr. He's now torn both ACLs and both knees before age 28, so projecting forward, how does that look? We're not quite sure at this time, but just 1 year prior, in 2023, Acuna won the MVP award, hitting .337 with 41 home runs and 73 stolen bases. An absolutely insane season. For that reason alone, I could not leave him off this list. The Braves have also been pretty tight-lipped about the situation. They're not really giving a firm or a confident timeline, just saying he won't be on the opening day roster. That could be 1 week into the season, that could be May, that could be June. We're unsure at this time, but I think they're going to definitely take it very easy and very careful with Acuna. Like I said, coming off of 2 ACL tears is no joke, but if Acuna is even 80% of the player he was before the injury, he's a superstar. At number 9, I'm going to go with Jackson Merrill of the San Diego Padres. What an absolute unbelievable rookie season for Jackson Merrill. Going into the year, this is a guy who we were unsure if he's going to make the opening day roster. He was one of the best players on this Padres team who made it to the playoffs. What a phenomenal rookie season for Jackson Merrill. In 2024, Merrill hit .292 with 24 home runs, 16 stolen bases, an .826 OPS, and phenomenal center field defense. Looking now at Merrill's Savant page, and the expected numbers totally back up what he did in 2024. A .303 xBA in the 97th percentile, a .534 xSlug in the 96th percentile. Absolutely crazy. At just age 21, he's going to grow, get bigger and stronger, put up more power numbers. 24 home runs at age 21 and your first taste of the big leagues is absolutely crazy. This is a guy coming up through the minor leagues who played primarily shortstop, but had to move off of shortstop because of Xander Bogaerts and some other kind of logjam middle infield options the Padres had. He went out to center field. He absolutely thrived. I see batting titles and gold gloves in this kid's future. I'm really excited about Jackson Merrill going forward. At number 8, I'm going to go with Jackson Chourio of the Milwaukee Brewers. Chourio is very similar to Merrill in many regards, mostly their age. Chourio is 20, Merrill is 21. Both of them just had absolutely insane rookie years. In 2024, Jackson Chourio hit .275 with 21 home runs, 22 stolen bases, and a .791 OPS. The most exciting part about Chourio's 2024 season is how he finished. Got off to a really rough start in April and May. In April, hitting .176, May .215, but then something clicked. In June, .315, July, .317, August, .321, and September, .263. I put Chourio one spot higher than Merrill here. It was not an easy decision. I feel like Chourio has a slightly higher ceiling. I view Merrill as a safer floor with a better hit tool and a better batting average going forward, but Chourio is a guy that I could see going 30-30 as soon as next year. 40-40 maybe in a few years as well. The sky is truthfully the limit for Chourio. You watch this guy play, you see the excitement he has for baseball, you see how excited and energetic he is when he goes out there, when he hits, when he fields. I really enjoy watching Chourio play. I think he has the chance to be a top 5 player in the sport going into 2026. At number 7, I'm going to go with Corbin Carroll of the Arizona Diamondbacks. In 2024, Carroll hit .231 with 22 home runs, 35 stolen bases, and a .750 OPS. Corbin Carroll's a very tough player to evaluate at this time, had an absolutely phenomenal rookie year. He has this ongoing lingering shoulder problem that was never addressed, never had the shoulder surgery. So at this time, I just wonder, what is Corbin Carroll right now and going forward? Carroll was pretty bad all season long last year, except for August. In August, Corbin Carroll hit .280 with 11 home runs. That's 11 of his 22 home runs. Half of his home runs for the season came in August, so that's pretty crazy in itself, but pretty scary as well. And the scary, confusing part here is Corbin Carroll is just listed as healthy now, so we just have to kind of explain to ourselves why he went from a .285 hitter to a .231 hitter where the power disappeared all year long except for 1 month, and what the explanation is for the situation. At the end of the day, at least for 2025, I have to go with Corbin Carroll being 24 years old, having the elite prospect status that he does have, that hopefully he works through this. He probably needs to be around like a .260 hitter to maximize his skill set. .230 just won't cut it, but for right now, I feel okay having him at the number 7 position. At number 6, I'm going to go with Julio Rodriguez of the Seattle Mariners. In 2024, Rodriguez hit .273 with 20 home runs, 24 stolen bases, and a .734 OPS. Definitely a down year from what we have learned to expect from Julio, but I think we have to just accept that he's a very streaky player. When you look at Julio's Savant page here, you can see the kind of talent he is, how well he hits the ball, great quality of contact metrics, but also you see the chase percentage, the whiff percentage, the K percentage, the walk percentage. So much blue toward the bottom that's so important. You can see why he is so streaky. Julio did miss about 20 games in 2024 with injuries. Also, some rumors out there he was playing most of the year banged up or hurt in some capacity. That could be a silver lining of sorts to kind of explain why he struggled so poorly in 2024, but at the end of the day, he is in a really tough lineup and a really tough hitter's park, but just age 24 can certainly find a way to get more consistent. I have him at number 6 right now, but definitely could join the top 5 once again in 2026 with a bounce back campaign. At number 5, I'm going to go with Mike Trout of the Los Angeles Angels. So this is certainly the controversial selection on the list, both placement and being on this list at all, but Mike Trout is a guy that I can't say he's not a top 10 outfielder because whenever he's on the field, he's phenomenal. But of course, he has the very difficult situation of staying on the field. The last time Mike Trout put up a remotely healthy season was 2022. He only played in 119 games, that's why I say remotely, but the numbers were still phenomenal. In 2022, Trout hit .283 with a .369 on base, a .630 slugging, good for a .999 OPS, and 40 home runs. 40 home runs in 119 games. Listen, I get it. If you want to say that's not fair, Trout doesn't play, he shouldn't be on this list, I don't blame you. I'm a Trout guy. I love this player, one of the best players I've ever seen play the sport of baseball. I'm going to ride him until he retires. Number 5 is okay for Mike Trout, in my opinion. At number 4, I'm going to go with Fernando Tatis Jr. of the San Diego Padres. In 2024, Tatis hit .276 with 21 home runs, 11 stolen bases, and an .832 OPS. Tatis did miss 2 months last season with a stress reaction in his right femur. He's another guy similar to Trout. We're not there yet with Tatis, but he misses a lot of time with injuries. I know he has different problems, of course, the suspension with the PEDs as well, but when Tatis is on the field, he is elite. Look at the Savant page here, a 298 XBA, a 538 X slug, 93.5 mile per hour average exit velocity, a 14.5% barrel rate, absolutely crazy. I think we tend to forget, too, how young Tatis was when he broke into the league. He is just 26 years old right now. I think a healthy Tatis season looks like a .280 batting average, 40 home runs, 35 stolen bases, top 10 in the MVP voting. At number 3, I'm going to go with Kyle Tucker, the brand new Chicago Cub. Tucker did have a limited season in 2024. He did fracture his shin. I'm sensing somewhat of a theme here with these outfielders all having kind of injury problems. Tucker's not really the case there, though. More of a freak situation for him. In 2024, Tucker hit .289 with 23 home runs, 11 stolen bases, and a .993 OPS. Tucker was pacing out to have the best year of his career before that injury, but this is a guy who's been very solid, very durable. Every year you kind of expect 30 home runs with an 850-ish OPS, great defense as well. Tucker's the full package. There could be slight concerns for Tucker here. Switching leagues for the first time, going to the Cubs, really could be tough for some left-handed batters depending on how the wind is blowing, but overall, still 28 years old, in his prime, in a contract year. I think Tucker will be just fine in 2025. At number 2, I'm going to go with Juan Soto, the brand new New York Met. We all know the whole Juan Soto situation at this point. He was the number 1 story this offseason, got the biggest contract in sports history from the New York Mets. In 2024, Soto hit .288 with 41 home runs, 7 stolen bases, and a .988 OPS. I mean, Soto is just ridiculous. There's really not a whole lot to say that hasn't been said about this player already. Look at his Savant page here. It's off the charts. It's funny to look at how phenomenal he is at all aspects of hitting. The ridiculous stat I always look at here that really just blows my mind with Juan Soto, he of course came up with the Nationals at age 19. This is a guy who's never had an OBP below 400. That's absolutely insane to look at. Soto's only real shortcomings come with his defense. Even there, probably a little bit overblown there. Does not have great range and is pretty slow out in the outfield, but has a really good arm, gets to most balls out there. Also, the Mets are very defensively mindedly focused in center field with the likes of Tyrone Taylor and Jose Siri, so that poor range shouldn't really impact Soto tremendously. Overall, this is a guy who I expect to be a top 5 MVP candidate, an absolutely incredible get for the New York Mets. And at number 1, we have to go with Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees. Just another absolutely ridiculous season from Aaron Judge in 2024. He had .322 with 58 home runs, 10 stolen bases, and a 1,159 OPS. Aaron Judge's Savant page is just ridiculous. He might be the only player who has a better Savant page looking-wise than Juan Soto. In the 97th percentile or higher in all of these crazy quality of contact metrics, absolutely ridiculous. You really don't normally see .322 batting averages from guys who have a 24% strikeout rate, but that's just a testament to how hard Aaron Judge hits the ball. It is probably fair to say that Judge's counting stats will drop down a little bit, at least in the RBI department with Juan Soto departing from the team. but I can't really see that impacting him in any kind of crazy negative way that will make us think he's not number 1 on this list. At the end of the day here, Judge is a guy who I expect to hit over 300 with over 50 home runs, and he's the only player in baseball who I can say that about. And that is our outfield list, a very tough list to rank here. I think 1 and 2 were really easy for me, going Judge and Soto, but kind of all the way down from 3 to 10 was very tricky. I know Mike Trout's going to be the one player in there that definitely gets a lot of kind of eye rolls and maybe some hate, but I'm a Mike Trout guy, like I said. Hopefully everyone enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching.